Hello and welcome, Guten Tag, to the Sims live broadcast coming direct to you from the floor of Gamescom in Cologne. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I can't hear myself.
It's hard. It's hard to hear.
Absolutely crazy in here. We have got an awesome show for you guys today, and I'd like to introduce someone who really needs no introduction at all, Mr. King Choi, who's going to help me bring all the awesome stuff straight to you guys today.
Thank you, Ryan. We got an awesome show coming your way. As like you said, from Germany, all the way from Gamescom. Yeah. We're really excited. We've got a new in-depth look at The Sims 3 Into the Future, as well as producer Jill Johnson from The Sims 4 will be showing you your world premiere first look at The Sims 4 Create a Sim, but more on that later.
First up, we're thrilled to be here at Gamescom. It is absolutely insane. For those of you who don't know, there's over 300,000 people that will walk through the show doors over the next 5 days. It is the biggest video game show in the world. It is crazy in here. I think there's probably 300,000 people here in the EA booth right now.
Yes, it is. The Sims 4 booth just right behind us.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's insane.
Awesome.
And if you're like us and the fans here, I'm sure you're really excited to be hearing all the great news that's coming from The Sims.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, last time we've already been to the future. Now we're going
back. Of course, it only makes sense to go back to the future. Last time when we first talked about the game, you had your first look at Create a Plumbot, where you got a chance to learn about all the great creative ways of creating new robots called Plumbots in The Sims 3 Into the Future, as well as taking a look at the wind carvers, which is a new way of hovering around the world. So earlier this week I recorded a gameplay demo, so let's cue that video up and we'll talk through it.
Yeah, now keep in mind, the show is for you guys at home. We've got a great show and we want to hear what you're thinking. We want to hear your questions, we want to hear your thoughts. So if you're following along, tweet at us using the SimsLB hashtag. We'll pick up your tweets and we'll try and answer as many questions as possible.
Yes, definitely. So with that said, let's kick it over to the video and we'll give you your look at The Sims 3 Into the Future expansion pack.
Oh yeah.
So I believe we got the video up. Right now we have James. You might remember him from the live demo that we did in July, where James was part of the household. James is jumping right back into our dream pod right now, which is a new bed. And not only is it a new bed, it's actually a new bed for you to program your dreams in. Well, we're going to program, let's see what we're going to choose here. It's a dream about running water. I'm not sure that's a good thing, dreaming about running water, but not only do you get to program their dreams, you also get to program the sort of unique experiences within the dream. So we're picking some interactions within the dream to try to see how we can influence the turnout and the outcome of this dream. We're not really doing very well. As you can see, there's like sad faces that pop up. Oh, that turned out pretty well. And you can see having that dream caused him to, dreaming about running water actually caused him to have some bladder trouble. So we got to send him over to the bathroom. So let's head on over to the bathroom. And as a note, obviously you don't see me playing the game right now. This is all coming in from a pre-recorded video to make sure that I can get a chance to talk you through everything. So as he's using the bathroom, you will notice that all the future tech objects that I will be talking about within this demo is allowing your Sims to experience life in all new ways. It's not simply about reskinning an object to look different. It's about allowing your Sims to live in the future and live differently. So this is talking about living differently. Our James here is using the Sonic shower. So you get to customize the Sonic rays that are coming out of the shower. Whoa. I don't know what's going on. So that was actually a failure. He actually failed to shower really successfully. And as you can tell, when there was a bar meter on top, it's actually attached to the advanced technology skill. So the advanced technology skill allows your Sims to interact with these future tech objects, and as they build better skills, which obviously he didn't do here, there's a higher chance of him failing if you have a lower advanced technology skill. But as you actually progress and get better at using this advanced technology skill and build that skill, you interact with these objects in better ways and unlock new interactions. So right now, he's using the Holo computer, playing some video games. Since he hasn't had a really good morning, some video games, sometimes playing with The Sims just makes me feel better. So he's playing with some video games here using our new Holo computer. And you can take this object, you saw him holding it earlier, you can take that with him anywhere in the world. So it's not tied to just a computer desk. So after playing some video games, I always get really hungry, and since it's the morning, he's going over to this new object called the food synthesizer. So the food synthesizer allows you to save so much more time in preparing food for your Sims or for other Sims. So we're gonna bring it over to here. He's gonna get some grub, maybe. We'll see. As he's getting some grub, I think we're gonna switch on over to Roboto here. And when you actually request new food, or actually existing food from the food synthesizer, there are a couple new things that we're introducing recipe-wise and food-wise in The Sims 3 Into the Future. Oh, I see Roboto sneaking up behind James. Roboto's been a little mad because he hasn't been getting enough attention from James here. So, he did. Roboto just gave James a static shock. Oh, they're both not liking each other right now. Well, Roboto, the reason why Roboto is actually shocking him, he's been trying to get James's attention. He wants a tune-up. You know, hey, you haven't been paying attention to me. My shoulder's a little loose. Also, my butt here. Can you tune me up? Okay, well, so as you can see, there's unique icons that tell you what sort of interaction is going on. Is it a Sim with a robot, or a Plumbot, or a Plumbot with a Sim? As you can tell, you know, that even asking for a tune-up didn't go really well. So Roboto here, our Plumbot, is going to project a Sim from our present-day household. So a thing about this is you can actually use your Plumbot when your Plumbot is installed with a Holo projector trait chip to actually project out Sims from your current household that is still in the present day. So there was a list of Sims that you saw earlier. So because of the fact that there are some Sims that are still in the present day, you can actually project them into the future world. And also, if your Plumbot is with you in the present world and you got some Sims in the future world, your Plumbot in the present world can also project Sims that were left in the future world into the present. And your Sims and your Plumbot can also interact with them, which I think is actually really, really cool. So James right here is going out, and we also got introducing another family member here, Finley. Finley's been practicing a little bit on her jetpacking skill, and jetpacking skill is also still attached to the advanced technology skill. So as you advance through advanced technology and build that, you can also unlock new interactions on your jetpack. And I think we saw a little bit of a hint of what you can do on this jetpack. And as you improve on your advanced technology skill, you unlock the ability to do what they're doing here, which is doing a jetpack slow dance. And other things that you can do on a jetpack as you advance through advanced technology skill is to being able to do a jetpack kiss, a jetpack trick show off, and even jetpack woohoo. I can only imagine what that would look like, so give it some thought. So they're jetpacking through the air, and what's really good about this, we're going to show you a little bit later too. You can also use jetpack to travel very fast anywhere in the world. And there's some pretty gnarly air tricks there. Spin, spin, spin. I can only imagine if I was on there, I would be like, please let me down. I'm not ready for this. And exactly, I think that's what James is saying. He's just not ready. Thank you so much. I gotta go. So we're out here in map view, checking out a little bit feel of Oasis Landing, which is the new world in The Sims 3 Into the Future. So James here is going to travel over to the monorail station, one of the few that you can find in Oasis Landing. And the monorail station allows your Sims to travel the world in a new vehicle and also in a new way. So he's going to jump right onto this monorail and travel over to our mining area. And something about our mining area, besides the beautiful, pristine future that you see here in Oasis Landing, there's also outskirts outside of this world, including the mining town, which we also call the separatist community. And the separatist community is kind of like this narrative that tells the story of these Sims that didn't really embrace future technology. They really just want to live a very simpler life. And so where we're actually going to direct James to go to is to the mining bar. And, you know, speaking of, you know, separatists, oh, you get a really nice view of the world there, Oasis Landing. I have to say it's a really, the team out at EA Salt Lake, the Sim Studio there, hi, and I'm sure you guys are watching too. The team has been doing a great job of building a vast world that allows you to really play out a future story in really different ways. As example as what I talked about, the separatist community known as the mining town. So James is going to head into the bar here. And even though the separatist community here in our mining town aren't really a big fan of technology, but everybody likes a good drink. And when I say drink, I mean juice, okay? And so, you know, everybody likes a good drink, as in juice. So we also have a drink synthesizer. And James here is going to try to you know, synthesize a drink. And there's actually multiple drinks that you can synthesize. And there's a chance, if your skill is low enough, you will produce kind of like an oily black drink. And your sim will not like that at all. You know, I won't knock it till you try it. Obviously, he has good enough skill enough to actually make a really good concoction on the drink synthesizer. And what's great about, you know, speaking about food synthesizer, dream pods, drink synthesizer, jetpacks, you can see how that we're reinventing how you actually interact with previously kind of known ways that you attend to your Sims' needs, be it their hunger, be it their energy, be it their, you know, their hygiene with the sonic shower. And we're really happy to be able to provide a wide range of future tech objects that allow you to experience life in all new ways. And one thing to note is that even though you see all these objects in the future world, you have the capability to actually get them immediately in your home world, be it Sunset Valley, Bridgeport, Appalachia Plains. And if you don't want to travel into the future world, you can instantly go into Build By and just plop them into your current Sims world. And that's something that we wanted to offer to our Sims players because, you know, not everybody wants to play with the future. But everybody likes, you know, being able to experience things, and we didn't want to gate that to just being only in the future world. So that's something very exciting for our builders. So I see James has jetpacked it over very quickly over to our outdoor cafe at Oasis Landing. And I think what he's going to do here is order some food from our Plumbots. And Plumbots, again, is our new robot that you can find in The Sims 3, thanks to The Sims 3 Into the Future. As I talked about earlier, Plumbots can be customized in this thing called Create a Plumbot. And Create a Plumbot allows you to create a wide range of 4-limbed, 2-leg, 2-arm Plumbots, as well as hoverbots. I see that James has successfully ordered a quick snack. And you also get to... I think we didn't order this, but you also get to order a new gnome treat. So keep an eye out for that as you play with the game. Okay, we're eating. I know you're hungry. So after playing video games, you know what James is doing? He's going eating, drinking, and eating. So after doing that, he's like, I need to take a walk. Oh, no, we're not walking, we're jetpacking. Right directly over, and you can see how quickly he lands right into the Legacy Park. And what the Legacy Park is, it actually houses a wide range of legacy statues. And if your Sim, like James here, in the present day, affected and did something in a way that would influence the future, it would actually leave a legacy in the future world. So James here actually got the renowned philanthropist. And what that is, it actually says that he found out the lottery numbers in the future, went back into the present, won the lottery, and decided to give all like 10,000 Somalians out to City Hall. And so what I pulled up here earlier in the recorded demo is the Almanac of Time. And the Almanac of Time is a book that the time traveler named Emmett Relevark will give to you when you first actually interact and successfully activate the time portal. And the Almanac of Time allows you to see how you can actually give what you can do in the present to affect the future. And as you can see here, because James here became a renowned philanthropist, he also unlocked a new interaction where he gave away, I believe, 100 Somalians. Just because he felt good about it. He just felt good. And speaking about feeling good, he felt that he also wanted to show off some of his skills on the new object known as the Rhythmicon, the electro Rhythmicon. It's kind of like an electric harp. And as you build up more skill in your advanced technology skill, you also unlock new songs and play with it in different ways. Sometimes I would like to do some air rhythmiconing. All right. I know you're showing off, James. You got a lot of money. You can play the electro Rhythmicon. And as we're talking through, I'm also paying attention to our questions that are coming in. So make sure that you hashtag the Sims LB and make sure that you're asking questions about the Sims 3 into the future. And so with that said, I think James has had a really long day between all the eating, the drinking, the playing video games, and even getting a little pat on the back by seeing his statue, his legacy statue at the Legacy Park. We're going to bring him back home. So while being back home, we're also going to reveal some really, really cool things regarding some things that we never discussed before. So as James makes his way into the house, we'd like to also thank everybody for joining us again. I'm not sure if anybody knew this. I think Lauren McLemore retweeted this. If we actually get 10,000 viewers on this live broadcast, I will go on Twitter. So hopefully the numbers are good, but if not, I'll probably pose that challenge again. And if we get 10,000 now, I will instantly go on Twitter today. So you have a couple more chances to get that number up. So what James is doing right now is activating this thing called the program chip. And the program chip is a new object that you can find out in the wasteland. And we didn't get a chance to show that, but when you actually unlock the ability to open up the alien crash ship, you actually get a chance to find this object. And what this object just did right now is unlock a special concept image from The Sims 4 on the wall projection. It's called a projection panel. And it allows you to use that object to project images like outdoors and bring a little bit of the inside into it. And what we did is bring a little bit of The Sims 3, bring a little bit of The Sims 4 into The Sims 3. And that's really cool. And there's up to 3 different images, so that's only one of them. And last but not least, James is going into the quantum power chamber, and it's kind of like a cryostasis chamber where you can put your Sims into the thing, and it's great. You put them into this thing called the quantum power chamber, and it puts them into a cryo sleep. It freezes their needs. It also freezes their aging. And when you interact with it, there's an opportunity for you to change it or change your sim into a quantum power suit. So the quantum power suit allows your sim to teleport themselves and others around the world, and allows yourself to biostabilize and as well to locate rare objects in the world. And that's the quantum power pack as a part of the Sims 3 Into the Future limited edition. And with that said, I have a special guest for you. Since we actually brought myself back, I don't want to take the full. I don't want to take full on credit. And so right now I'm going to introduce Nicole Morrison. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, Keith.
Nicole has been with us.
How's it going?
Nicole has been with us for 2 years already, and this is your first time in front of the camera.
It's actually my first time being on one of these.
Yeah. And Nicole is the reason why we do so well, and it's Thank you, Nicole. And I think this is. I think you've been with The Sims for 2 years, like we said, and you're working on both The Sims 3 and The Sims 4.
I am. That's
and
why
so
the shirt today.
There you go, representing. And with that said, I think you're going to help me out with some Q&A.
I'm going to help today facilitate some questions. There's a lot of questions coming in from Twitter, and so what we want to do is go ahead and ask some of those of King, and let's see what kind of responses we get. So we've been filtering them. I have them here in front of me, so I want to go ahead and kick them off. We've taken questions from the last live broadcast that we were streaming to you guys a little bit earlier, and then we mixed
and we also saw that we got some more.
Brand new questions that we just got in.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and just kick that off.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So first question, does weather have an effect? Like if it rains in the present, will something happen in the future?
That's a really good question. About weather. We do have weather in the future, and as well as just in general in The Sims 3 Into the Future. But having it rain in the future, weather is so unpredictable. I don't think it's, raining one day doesn't mean it's going to rain the next day. And if you're familiar, we're from San Francisco. Yeah. And for those who are not familiar with San Francisco, one day it's really sunny, and another day it rains and it's really foggy. Well, so weather is really unpredictable,
it's
right?
kind of like that here in Cologne too.
Yeah.
We had a thunderstorm.
We had a thunderstorm here in
Tuesday,
Cologne. Yeah, on Tuesday. But something that's interesting about what you can do in the present world that's kind of weather related. There's an opportunity for you to drag down meteorites, just with a big magnet. I'm just going to pull down some meteorites. And if you actually make meteors fall in the present day world, there are going to be consequences. And I can't wait to talk about that a little more, about the dystopia world, which is one of the two possible very, very great alternatives to the future world that you just saw that allows you to tell really, really cool stories. And so we'll talk about that a little later as we get closer to the launch.
Okay, so
right back to you. Yeah,
okay,
that will come later.
All right, well, next question. How do you unlock Plumbot traits?
How do you unlock Plumbot trait chips? That's also a really quick question. We've been talking about the trait chip system and about unlocking a lot about the trait chips as you build up your bot building skill. But something about trait chips, you unlock recipes and kind of instructions about how to build a wide range. I think there's about 15, if not more, trait chips in the trait chip system. And so each trait chip is tied to a specific skill level within the bot building skill. And also each trait chip requires special ingredients that you can find out in the world, and sometimes just out in some of the alternate future worlds too. But if you're kind of like a simmer like me that likes something that's very instant, you can just get enough simoleons and buy those trait chips from the bot emporium and just install them into any Plumbot that you see out in the world. And I think that's a good. I think I gave a really good answer.
I think that was a good
I'm giving myself pat on the back.
I would be the same player as you. I would go and buy it.
Yeah.
I'd want it instantaneously.
I would go and buy it.
Okay, so here's one that we get often with all of our expansion packs. Is there new stuff, like toys for children and toddlers, like futuristic toys coming into Sims 3 into the future?
There definitely are some items that we have. If we just actually lifted the embargo on the Sims 3 Into the Future key art, which is the pack front, and as you notice, there's kind of like a nanny Plumbot that's mopping the floor. And if you notice close enough, the toddler sim is actually in a new high chair. So there are select new items for toddlers and children's in this expansion pack. So can't wait for you guys to discover what it is. I can't name all of them.
We love our toddlers and children.
We love our toddlers children.
Okay, so how about those hoverboards? Lots of buzz going on about those hoverboards. We want to know, can your Sims actually experience some serious accidents, maybe
that's a really good question.
Or what kind of injuries could happen if they fall off of one?
Exactly, that's a really, really good question. So about hoverboards, the official name of these hoverboards is called the Wind Carver, because we want to be special. We want to carve ours the wind. You are carving wind, not that kind of wind. I'm sorry, sorry.
Not cutting the cheese.
But it kind of wind, just like wind in the air. And so what these wind carvers allow you to do is, one, transport yourself anywhere in the world without walking. But there's not any serious injuries that you can actually have. The injury, well, not injury, but the failure that you can have is if your sim doesn't have a high enough advanced technology skill, they have a higher chance of really falling off and if you see it in the video, it actually like hits their crotch. Like it's just really painful. I think it's painful enough just watching it.
Ouch.
Ouch. Ouch.
Okay, so we saw a lot of the Plumbots last time on the live broadcast in July. Can they develop their own characteristics and traits?
That's a good question. So the thing about trait chips is there is a thing called being able to experience. There's a trait chip. I forgot the name of it, but you actually are able to actually have your Plumbot have mood swings, and then there's there's a chance that your Plumbot might actually just like have mood swings left and right, which is kind of like me. I sometimes have mood swings. Just kind of like my sim. I'm kind of like, it's okay. Do you love me? Do you love me? And so there are particular trait chips that allow your sims to kind of actually be like sims. But one thing that's really, really good to know is that Plumbots are, sims of their own. And when I say sims of their own, there are Plumbots. There are unique Plumbot sims that have unique Plumbot interactions, be it with each other. And there's actually a really, really cute interaction between Plumbots that allow them to do a static kiss. And then there's also unique interactions with sims, as you saw, like a static shock. So I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do with the combination of trait chips to see how, the experimentation of what they can do.
Awesome. And then something that we saw today in the live gameplay, or in the gameplay demo that you showed us.
Yeah.
We saw monorails.
Yeah.
Can you explain to us a little bit, how does this work? What's
the monorail is just, it's just kind of like any kind of other vehicle that you see in the world. But it's kind of like a public transit system, and so it goes into particular areas in the world, be it the mining town, the wasteland, or be it close to any of the other venues that you see in town. So that's something that you can just set up to allow your sims to easily travel in the world. I think we might have more questions coming in.
Yeah, I think we do.
I think there's a question about oh wait, hold on. We are doing this live, so we are looking.
One second.
Hold on. Refresh. LB questions. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Oh, I heard about okay.
Yeah. So, there's this thing about the different futures. What exactly is the different futures? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the question was, again, there's 3 different futures. So I'm not sure if you know this, but we will be releasing a producer walkthrough video within the next week. So keep an eye out for that, because we will be talking about those 3 futures in detail. And a little bit, since we're here, let's talk a little bit about these 3 futures. So the first future is Oasis Landing that you saw in the demo video earlier. And it's packed full of great venues, great different sort of kind of community, be it the wasteland or the separatists or the mining town. But on top of that, when you actually access the Almanac of Time in the present world, you actually have the opportunity to trigger a set of opportunities that will allow you to change Oasis Landing into a dystopia or a utopia. And it's full of interactions and visual, and it looks completely different. Like Oasis Landing just looks like unrecognizable in these 2 different futures. And when you actually activate that, there are unique interactions, even a unique animal that you can find in the dystopia world too. So I really can't wait, because I'm just really excited about all these great features. But we'll be telling you more about that in a little while as we get closer to launch in October.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about future technologies in The Sims 3 Into the Future today. One of those being the cooking, the food synthesizer.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that. Does that help Sims cook super quickly? Like, what is it?
Because of the fact that food synthesizer, there's not really a cooking skill. That's a really interesting question. Like, if you have a food synthesizer, do you still need a cooking skill? I know the answer, but I was thinking, like, I would still need cooking skills. I would be so bad at a microwave. But no, you do not need a cooking skill in order to be able to use the food synthesizer. Because it's simply as going up and pushing a button on your interface and just going, hey, I'm requesting a key lime pie, or I'm requesting a snack. And yeah, but I would imagine even if I needed to push a button, I would need some cooking skills.
Okay, so those Plumbots, they're really to help your Sims in the household. Can they actually run errands for you and drive in a car? Can they do that in the present? Can they do it in the future?
Yeah, depending on the trait chip that they have, they can actually do everything from gardening to taking care of your toddler sim to even wrecking some havoc on your Sims' lives. So it's actually great. So not only do they actually help your sim live better or more efficiently, they also take on their own ways of doing things. So that's something that you guys can check out when the game goes live in October.
What about relationships? Can Sims and the Plumbots have a relationship together?
Yeah, there's friendships that can be had, but I know what you guys are asking, and no. There is no woohoo between a Plumbot and a sim, but good question. I know where you were going.
Okay, and this next question is about those jetpacks. How many levels of skill are there in the jetpacks?
Well, the skill level for the jetpack is attached to the event's technology skill, and like every skill, there are 10 levels. And so depending on intervals of levels, you actually unlock specific interactions with those jetpacks.
Okay, I think we're coming to the end, but we have a few more questions coming in. So are there any new jobs into the future?
Yep. There are definitely some new jobs. There are definitely some new careers. One of them being the Plumbot being able to be self-employed. But you know what's great? I'm gonna point you over to a blog that we're gonna be releasing later on. So keep an eye out. Okay. There are new careers. Don't you worry.
Okay, cool. We'll keep our eyes peeled for that.
I think we're good. One last question, which is pretty good. Let's answer one last question.
Can we live on a house forever into the future?
Yes, so one of the things is, can you actually bring your household into the future and live there permanently? Yes, this is not a vacation world. Even though you do actually bring your family over to a different world, you have the opportunity to purchase a residential household, get a job there, and just live a life in the future and decide on your own time when your Sims are ready to go back into the present.
We're going to take some questions from the community. We're pulling them up right now. You guys have been tweeting us. Keep tweeting using the SimsLB hashtag, and we're going to answer as many questions as possible.
Got it.
So they're coming up right now. First one, can actions in the present have an impact in the future?
Yeah. So actions in the present can definitely have consequences in the future. We talked a little bit about it when we first discussed this during our July live broadcast. But what we are going to be able to offer to you players is being able to have your Sims take action in the present day to actually change the course of the future. And that includes your descendants' destiny, be it that they're rich or poor, and also including the ability to have current actions in the present day affect alternate futures in creating a dystopic or a utopic sort of future. And we'll be discussing a little bit more about that in September, so keep an eye out about that. But we got some really great stuff. We didn't also get a chance to talk about the legacy statue. So based upon what your Sims do, like if your Sims become like a philanthropist in your present day, they get a chance to create a philanthropic sort of legacy statue that ends up in the future world. And it also unlocks a new interaction.
I wouldn't mind having a statue of myself.
Yeah, like that in the real world, right? And you'll also be unlock a new interaction where your Sims will give away money in the form of really big checks. And that's something that we didn't get a chance to see today, but we'll definitely make sure that we get a chance to show that later. Yeah.
So people are also wondering, if you have EP2 installed and you have a Simbot, can it interact with Plumbots, and how does that work?
Yeah. Definitely. So Simbots and Plumbots get a chance to interact with each other. And your Plumbots have special interactions with other Plumbots as well as with your Sims. But like other robots, they get to also interact with other objects, and also including other things like supernatural Sims from The Sims Supernatural. Nice. And also with Simbots.
That leads us to the next question too. Can your pets go to the future with you?
Unfortunately, your pets cannot go to the future with you. But what you can do is have these things called digital pets. We call them sprites. And there's a really cool object in the game called a holodisc. And we'll be revealing more information about that a little later. But I promised last time we were going to talk about it, but we didn't get a chance to show it here. But we got some great photos and screenshots from our Sims Camp members we'll talk about later. And hopefully you'll catch a sneak peek at these digital pets that's leaking out of all the assets that's coming out.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Okay, I think we probably have time for one more. People now, of course, want to know if they've got seasons installed, will there be seasons?
Exactly. You know,
the
future definitely has seasons. We're really excited to see what seasons will do, especially in the utopic and dystopic futures, based upon what your Sims do, and kind of see how weather kind of plays into the future.
That's so awesome.
I really do enjoy those like visual aspects of it to bring Oasis Landing to life.
It makes it look beautiful and it just feels alive. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Okay, I think that's all the time we have for questions right now, but don't worry, if we didn't answer your question, we're gonna be able to answer more later, so keep sending them in and make sure you're using that SimsLB hashtag. We'll try and answer as many as we can in the time that we have. Yes,
and so with that said, as a reminder, The Sims 3 Into the Future comes out this October, and also when you pre-order, you are guaranteed to receive the limited edition content pack, the Quantum Power Pack, which includes the Quantum Power Chamber, where your Sims can enter a frozen deep sleep and you get to freeze their needs, as well as being able to change them into a quantum power suit. And it enables your Sims to teleport themselves and others anywhere in the world, auto-biostabilize their needs. It's got some great gameplay experiences. And so before we move on, we definitely want to give a shout out to all the fans here and around the world. And we've been actually holding a really special event called Sims Camp. And we've got a chance to fly in our great group of hardcore community members that are here with us at Gamescom. And they've been taking their first look at some exclusive content at The Sims 3 and at The Sims 4, and of The Sims 4. And the reception has been fantastic.
It's been really cool. So we flew in 40 of the top Simmers around there. And we have the biggest builders, we have the biggest content creators, storytellers. They're all here with us at Gamescom and we're having a great time. They got a chance to take a look at the coming lineup for The Sims 3 for the rest of the year. They got hands-on with Into the Future. It was very cool. And of course, they got to play for the first time ever The Sims 4 Create a Sim.
Yes.
It was looking so cool. It was lots of fun. Now, they got to play it. They had a good time. They also took part in some master classes. A set of producers and designers from the Sims 4 team is here. They actually taught classes to give the Simmers a behind-the-scenes look at the Sims 4 and give them all the details and all the good stuff that's coming when the Sims 4 launches next year.
And it was much more than that. Fans in attendance actually got a chance to be the first to learn all up close and personal everything about Create a Sim in The Sims 4. And that's something that Joe Johnson will be going through in a little bit. And SimCamp attendees were also here to be the voice of the community, and they were giving us very welcome feedback about the state of the game currently in development, The Sims 4, and also you know, what our fans like you at home are looking for. So as a matter of fact, we've captured some of really fun moments of Sims Camp, as well as the Sims here at Gamescom in a short little video that we put together. So let's take a look at that footage, and we'll be back with Joe Johnson with the world premiere look at Create a Sim from The Sims 4.
Oh yeah.
Buy the game. It looks really cool.
Really nice, smooth. The expressions they make in their faces really has developed in this game. So yeah, very, very impressed.
Zuzu, come and see us on the Sims 4 booth today.
Hello and welcome to Sims Camp. get ready to check out The Sims 4.
It's amazing because you can control every tiny little detail. The possibilities of making somebody that actually looks like a person or looks like a celebrity, I'm really excited about that.
Welcome back, everybody. That was fun. I have actually not seen that video yet. That was so cool. Gamescom is amazing. We're having a great time out here. But of course, we're always thinking of you guys back at home. We miss you back there. Hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you enjoyed that video. Now, I would like to introduce Jill Johnson, a producer on the Sims 4 team, who is here to give us a very special world premiere first look at the Sims 4 Create a Sim. How's it going?
It's going well. I'm so happy to be here, Ryan. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Are you having a good time at Gamescom?
I am having a blast. This is my first time in Europe ever, and we started it off right. The first thing I did when I got here, I dug right into the currywurst.
Would you say it was the worst curry you've ever had?
It was the worst curry, in a good way.
Excellent. Well, you can feel the excitement here.
You can feel it. And as you can see behind me, we have the Sims 4 Create a Sim available for players to get their hands on for the first time ever. The lines are nuts. People are crazy. They just cannot wait to touch this.
You can just feel the electricity in here. It's just absolutely insane. It's so cool. Well, it's been a big week for The Sims. We started off the week with a kickoff at the EA press conference. The Sims 4 started the press conference, and our executive producer, Rachel Franklin, kicked off the show with a really cool trailer. Now, for those of you who haven't seen it, I want to play it. It's the Arrival trailer, and it's awesome. So let's roll that right now. Wow, I'm embarrassed to say it, but I get chills every time I see that video. It was so fun, and I'm just so excited to be able to have Sims 4 announced, and now we can start talking about it and sharing it with you guys. And without further ado, let's jump into the world premiere of The Sims 4 Create a Sim. Take it away, Jill.
Excellent. I am so excited for the first time ever to be finally showing off Create a Sim to the world. So before I dive in though, a few caveats I want to throw out really quick. Everything we are working on right now is pre-alpha software. That means all of the visuals are work in progress, the UI is work in progress. What we really want to celebrate right now is the tool. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right in. So as you can see, I'm going to hover my mouse around. First and foremost, with the Sims 4 Create a Sim tool, excuse me, we wanted to make it easy for anybody to use. So as you can see, we're not using sliders anymore. You do not have to be an artist to change the shape of your Sim's body. Look at how many manipulation points we have added to the Sim. You can make the small parts of her arms larger and smaller. We even have shoulder width at this point. This is so amazing. It's so easy. It's so fun. You can just dive right in. Oops, there's some of that UI. And let me just walk you through how many control points we have for the Create a Sim Sim. So you can see I have her hips, I have her waist, I have her bosoms, we have lift and size, I have her thighs. This was an amazing one. We were so excited when we got thighs. And we have the lower legs. And check this out. You can change the size of your Sim's feet. Let me bring you to the side. Look at that huge change you can get there. And while I've got her turned, I also wanted to point out, depending on the angle you are viewing your Sim from, you have different manipulation control points. So this is one of my favorites right here. We can call this the Booty Pow mod. And you can adjust your Sim's posture from the side. You can adjust the size of her tummy if you would like. Look at that, it's so easy. It's so tactile. I can just reach right in there. If there's something that I want to change, I just pull it and tug it. And additionally, we have the same type of the system for face customization. We are so excited about this. If you want to move the eyes around, you just reach right into the game and you pull and you move the eyes. You can move the nose up and down. It's so intuitive. You don't have to think about which slider to use or which way to pull. It just follows your mouse. You get the chin. We have the jawline. And again, same with the body. We have different manipulation points depending on which angle you're looking at your Sim from. So you can move the mouth in and out from this view. You can move the jaw. We have rotational movements. So under the hood here, we have many sliders going to work all in tandem at the same time. That's a good one. So I'd also like to direct your attention over to the side here. So one of our big areas of focus in Sims 4 is making sure that we have a broad range of facial bone structures that we can supply people. The most important thing is that you can make yourself. We want people to be able to make themselves. They can make people that they know, that they can relate to. And we have built the Sims faces as interchangeable parts that are so much easier to get ethnic diversity than any previous games that we've had so far. So here's just a few snippets. These are all starter points. You're not locked to any of these faces. So if you'd like to start with one of them, you can then further go in and customize it more with these presets on the side and of course with the direct manipulation modifiers. So while I'm on her, I'm going to bring her back out into body view. Here's another really awesome thing that we've added. So just like I showed you those face presets to change the bone structure, we also have pre-made body shapes because not everybody is built the same way. We have a bunch of different body shapes that you can start from, but you're not locked to them. If you want to still fine-tune those details a little bit more, you can just reach right in and do that and get the exact shape that you're looking for. And check out her abs. She has. Here's another thing I wanted to pull your attention to. So just like in previous games, we have our regular fitness and we have our heaviness sliders, but the sliders now change the definition on your Sim's body. So if they lift weights, if they're really working out, they're gonna have a six-pack and it's gonna show. Same thing if they eat donuts all day, their six-pack goes away. It's all right. And also, speaking of fine details, if you're a Sims cast, Create a Sim player like myself, you want to go right for advanced mode, we have not limited this away. So just the same way, you can reach in and you can pull the higher level features of your sim. If you enter advanced mode, we have more fine-tuned details. Wrap her eyes. Yes, and for the first time ever, check this out. You can change the pupil shape. It's really cool. You can make some really freaky characters if you like. You can make some really beautiful characters if you'd like. It's your blank canvas to work from. So, we're not only about looks. We're not only about looks. We've also got some really new clothing features for The Sims 4. So, let me show you the one that I'm just so excited about. For the first time ever, and I know I've wanted this so bad, and I know you guys have wanted this so bad, you can pair any hairstyle with any hat that you would like. So they can change independently of each other. Whoops, no hair, or short hair, or straight hair. They all go together. We got all these mix and matching opportunities. So let's give her some clothes. We don't have to just look at her in her underwear. Another really interesting part of our system that we've added, similar to the hairs and hats, you can also change and add boots and pants. So the boots and pants completely agree with each other, and you can add them together. Let's see, let me grab a pair of shoes here. So just like in real life, if you want to give her a pair of tight pants and boots, they will tuck in there just the same as they would in real life. But let's give her a shirt. Let's give her a shirt. There. Much better, much better. So, if we were also to give her a pair of bell-bottoms, the shoes and the pants acknowledge each other, and the bell-bottoms would go over the shoes. So it works really well. It's really exciting. It gives us a lot more flexibility. So, it's not just about her looks though, like I mentioned earlier. Since emotions are the core of our game, we have tied in a little bit more extra features for your Sims that you can apply to their personalities. So, we've had traits in the past games. For the first time ever now, you can also preview and set your Sim's walk cycle. So, what if you wanted to see what she looks like if she walks a little bit perky? What if you wanted to see her walk a little bit snooty? You can add that extra layer of personality into your Sim right here in CAS, and you can see how they're going to act. It's so much fun. Let's see, and actually here's my favorite right there. That's the swagger one. That's the swagger. And so for special for Gamescom also, we've added in these little buttons. Since emotion is the core, since the Sims and how they feel is the core of our game, we've added a few little sneak previews. That's what she looks like angry. Let's see what she looks like sad. Aww. And let's see what she looks like when she's happy. Huzzah! Woohoo! This is so fun to play with. Love this one. So yeah. How are we doing on time right now?
We're doing good.
We're doing good.
Looking awesome.
Excellent.
So cool.
We are so excited. You know, and it's not hard when you have a group of brilliant, talented, creative individuals making a game and a feature that they are just so excited and stoked about. But it makes it even easier when we have wonderful fans like you guys who give us the best ideas, you give us the best feedback, and we thank you so much. This helps us build the game that we all love and that we all want to make. So
now,
thank you.
Speaking of special fans, there's a couple of very special fans I'd like to introduce because at Gamescom this week, at Sims Camp, we've challenged Simmers to recreate me in the brand new Create a Sim tool. Yeah, it's looking awesome.
It was a blast. Actually, while I was in Sims Camp, I had a couple people mention that they maxed out our game's dorkiness features.
And of course, by dorky, you mean extremely good-looking features.
Extremely good-looking, of course, that's what we meant.
So after all the different versions of me were submitted, we had a panel of judges vote on the best one, and we're gonna bring the winners on right now onto the show. So I'd like to welcome Michelle Osorio and Rosanna Koymans. Come on in. Here you guys go. How's it going?
I'm okay.
Are you guys enjoying the show?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and pull up that image that they created. You guys won. I actually haven't seen it yet. We're gonna pull that up. You guys must have done an awesome job. Yeah. Are you guys enjoying Gamescom?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was your favorite part of Sims Camp?
Meeting up with all the other Sims friends from all around the world.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Seeing, what did you think of The Sims 4 so far?
It's fabulous. I like the way you can mold your Sims. You can pretty much make any sim you like. I can make myself, which is a wonder. I love being able to make myself. Yeah.
How about you?
It's awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
I'm a filmmaker and I'm a storyteller. I love telling stories, so I think my favorite part is the emotion-based storytelling, that how your feeling affects how your day's gonna go and how your life is.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something.
No, never mind. You can continue.
Well, thank you for coming on. You guys created an awesome looking sim. You obviously used the good looking features and not the dorky features. Thank you very much. Thanks guys. It's great having you here.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Now it looks like questions are actually blowing up about The Sims 4. Everybody's tweeting it. The first thing people are interested in knowing is if you're going to be able to adjust the Sim's height and create a sim.
That is actually a very great question, and that is adjustable sim height is something that we have wanted for so long, and we've had so many very in-depth discussions about that. We are not going to be offering height adjustment in The Sims 4, and that's mainly because we really wanted to focus on our core. We wanted to focus on our prime awesome features with direct manipulation, and we wanted to make the best, most amazing set for base game as we possibly could.
It's looking great.
Oh, thank you.
People want to know, there's been lots of talk about those different ethnicities, so you actually get to use those as a foundation and then you get to manipulate off of that, right?
Absolutely. Something that's very important to point out about The Sims 4 Create a Sim is that each of those face presets, even down to the eyes, even the eye presets, are all unique individual starting points for you to make whoever you need to make. So yeah, we put a lot of focus into different ethnicities and making sure that everyone can make each other.
So there's been a lot of questions about the emotional gameplay and how that affects your sim, and we got to see those 3 buttons in Create a Sim that got to see how Sims look and react in different emotional situations. Is there anything more you can tell us right now?
About emotional states? Well, actually, there is one thing that we have been adding to our game that we're very excited about. So just like we've mentioned, The Sims environment affects their emotional states because that is so important. So everything down to even possibly a few of their clothing items. We have the tech right now to support clothing items pushing moodlets onto your Sim. So for instance, if you put on a really sexy red dress before you go out to a date, if you put that on your Sim, she might feel a little bit more confident than she would have otherwise. She might feel pretty good. So this is a really exciting bit.
So you put on like a red dress or something and your Sim feels confident.
And then you suddenly have the swagger you need.
So moodlets are actually what drive your Sim's emotional states, and there's different intensities and different levels of how they transition through, and your Sim will transition through different moodlets, and then that will push them into different emotional states. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a whole new way to play The Sims. All right, I am getting word now that we are unfortunately out of time. This is crazy right here. There's another show coming on, but we want to thank you guys for tuning in. We've had a great time. You guys had some great questions. Make sure you're tweeting the Sim Gurus. I'm Sim Guru Ryan, Sim Guru Jill. Exactly, and we would love to answer more questions. Sorry we ran out of time. It's insane. It's crazy. So I want to remind you that the next live broadcast is going to be on September 17th. So make sure to tune in then. We'll be able to answer more questions, show off some maybe more casts. We'll see. No promises yet. We're still figuring it out. And beyond, on behalf of everybody here at Gamescom, just want to say thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys had a great show.
Thank you so much. It's so exciting to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, we'll see you next time, September 17th for the next Sims live broadcast.